Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Prashad and we back at it with another one. In this video today, I want to talk to you about my experience of cross-rating from Aviation Technician, AT, to Information Systems Technician, which is an IT in the Navy. So long story short, man, I have been in the Navy for 6 years. Yes, 6 years. I'm 26 years old. I joined the Navy when I was 21, like right after my 21st birthday. And my experience has been pretty great, I'm not gonna lie. So I joined the Navy as an aviation technician back in 2021. I went to ATA school and ATC school down in Pensacola, Florida. Actually, my C school was in Norfolk, which is also where my ultimate duty station was at. So I was working on helicopters for 5 years, or about 4 years, 4.5 years at HSC Squadron. I'm not gonna say which one, but shout out to y'all if you know me. And yeah, I really didn't like my job. I'm be honest, I got there, I was super excited to be in the military, but when it comes to like physical like labor, it was cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I have no problem with it. But I did that stuff a lot before I joined the military. Like, I was working in mechanic, then I started working in sales. I worked at a restaurant, and like I don't know, something in me just knew that like I could provide more value to the world. Like, I was a shy person, but I knew that I wanted to learn how to communicate because I had been on this entrepreneurial endeavor since I was 17. So working on helicopters just wasn't for me because it's more like secluded. Like, you go out to the aircraft, you got your cranial on, you know, you fixing stuff, and you're just pretty much by yourself. And I didn't want something like that. I want something where I could connect with people. So actually, I was sent TAD to several different like supply shops. So I was working with LS. They often used to call me LS3. A lot of people, probably even people to this day, probably thought that I was a LS. But guess what? I'm an IT now, and I made that very clear. So the reason why I cross-rated is because, like I said, I didn't find any, like, I didn't feel like I was providing the value that I needed to provide as a AT. Granted, I was doing an important job. I was helping aircraft get up in the sky. But the tempo of the job was just like extremely high, super high operational tempo, working on the flight deck as well when you're on deployment, 12 on, 12 off. And the thing about aviation is, all you guys know, for the real maintainers, I'm not talking about the AOs, I'm not talking about the AZs. You know, I love you guys, but still, y'all not real maintainers. Not talking about the PRs. The PRs be at the squadrons too. Oh, y'all didn't get that work for real, you know what I'm saying? But the aviation rate, the maintainer rates, like the ADs, the AMs, the ATs, the AEs, and line shack, bro, we're getting that business for sure. We're getting that business. And yeah, so the work, it wasn't fulfilling for me. Another thing, I cross-rated. The tempo, the operational tempo was so high, man. And if you guys don't really know me, but I do a whole bunch of stuff outside the military. So even while I was on this crazy schedule on sea duty, going on deployments, underways, like you got watch every other day, and you're doing all this stuff, I'm still balancing like I'm still trying to grow in my personal development, right? I'm still trying to grow in my personal life. So I'm like flipping cars from auctions. I'm like learning how to cut hair. I'm working second jobs at the barber shop. I'm buying cryptocurrency. I'm trading options. Like, you name it, bro, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'm designing my own patches. I'm selling patches. Like, whatever I could do to make some extra income, because the military has never been end all be all for me. It's just one of the steps on the ladder, it's just the ladder that I chose to get onto. Because honestly, I could have gone several different places, but I'm so thankful for the military. Let me make that clear. I do love the Navy. I didn't love my first job in the Navy, but I do love the Navy in general, the structure that it provides and the opportunities that it could bring if you use it the right way. And also, just, I met some incredible people, man. I love all you people that I've met. Definitely have changed my life, and I've met people from all walks of this earth. I mean, I know how to speak a little bit of Tagalog now. Shout out to my Filipinos. I know how to speak a little bit of Spanish. Shout out to my Puerto Ricans and my Mexicans. Man, I love you guys. And yeah, so that's like why I cross-traded. So let's see. For me, as a E5, I was already E5 as an AT. I made E5, so I was at AT2, and my package got approved to cross-rate. So that meant that I needed to get a security clearance, a top secret, and I needed to I think that was my only requirement that I needed. Because, all right, so there's a prerequisite. There's like, you have to have a certain ASVAB score to qualify, obviously, but I already had it, so I didn't have to retake the ASVAB. So if you're looking to cross-rate and you might need to retake the ASVAB, do it. But if not, then you can go on My Navy HR. You can find the checklist. There's a checklist that tells you what you need. So you can't have been to Captain's Mast in the last 3 years. You have to have a certain ASVAB score. Your medical has to be up to standards, and etc. But there is a checklist for it. I'll put the link in the description so you can just go down there and find it. Let's see, A school as a second class was a lot different than A school as a E1 when I was back in boot camp as an AT. So as an ITA school, I went there. Granted, ITA school, way different. Like, they're both in Pensacola, but they're on different bases. So you got Corey Station. It's right up the road from Naval Station, Naval Air Station Pensacola, NAS Pensacola. And even if you're straight from boot camp, if you're like any one of the intel rates, like, and you're working on, and you go to school on Corey Station, it's so much more lenient. For one, for me, I didn't have to follow these guidelines because I'm an E5, so I didn't march with my class. I didn't have to muster with them on the grinder for them to march into class. I just showed up to class on time, like you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an E5. Nothing special. I did march with my class one time. I had said that I would march with them every day we had a test. So the first time we had a test, I marched with them and my blouse ripped. I was like, no, I'm never doing this again. That's a sign. And I was looking goofy as heck. I mean, I was looking goofy, man. I can't be doing that. Because they were making me look goofy because I like enjoy the military. These kids just got from boot camp and they forgot how to march already. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, because marching was my favorite thing to do in boot camp. And like, if I'm ever a RDC, bro, y'all boys gonna learn how to march. If you in my compartment, you gonna learn how to march. That's a fact. I guarantee that, because I'm gonna make sure. Listen, just don't let me be a RDC. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't let me be a RDC, because you gonna find out. But A school was actually pretty, like, one thing that surprised me about A school as an IT is that it was significantly easier, in my opinion, than A school. Because a lot of the stuff that we learned, like, for example, it's all like, we learned a lot of Cisco stuff, so it's all like civilian side course until we get to the end of it. So the first 2 blocks of it, there's 3 blocks in A school as an IT. You go through ITE, and then you go to CCNA 1, and those are both civilian courses. Like, the curriculum is civilian, so it's really like, it was built out really well, and it's from Cisco, so we use NetAcad. It was built out really well. Then comms, it was a nightmare, brother. But listen, I got top of my class in there, and if I could do it, you can do it. I graduated with the overall GPA of 97.55, and that just goes to show that, I mean, I didn't know one thing about computers before I did this. I did always desire to learn about computers, so I think that gave me an advantage. But yeah, I didn't know anything, nothing. But I had an amazing instructor. Shout out to you. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want you guys to go find her, but she was so incredible. She genuinely cared about us, and I pray that when you go to A school, or when you go to any school, whether it's for IT, AT, PS, YN, it doesn't matter. I pray that you get a great instructor, because that makes all the difference in the world. Some of the hardest parts about A school was the schedule. For me, I was on Bravo shift, so my class was from noon to 1800 every day, and yeah, it was kind of challenging, because by the time you go to class, it's like you have to like be out by like 11. But I enjoyed it because I had time in the morning to study. So often I didn't really study the night before. I will wake up early because I love waking up early. I actually don't, but I've learned to love it because of how beneficial it is. And I would study in the morning before class. There were some days when I knew I didn't need to study, because I'm like, yo, I got that. Like, I have a great instructor. She's taught me everything. I've paid attention in class. I've asked questions. I've answered questions, and I'm ready to go. I would go fishing in the morning before class. That's one thing I love about Pensacola. I would like go down to the pier or to the beach or off the seawall on base, just fishing, Spanish mackerel, back to back to back to back. So delicious. when you go to Pensacola, make sure that you bring a fishing rod, buy a boat, rent a boat, do whatever you have to do, get out there on that water and go fishing, man. You'll thank me later. But yeah, one of the hardest parts was the schedule, because by the time we got out, I was there over the winter season, or going into winter. I was there from August to December, and it started to get dark and everything would start closing. So, you know what I'm saying? So like by 1800, it's already dark outside, because you guys know 1800 is 6 p.m. by the way. So, you know, about 4:30 in that late fall season, early winter, the sun is already down. So you get out, it's nighttime, man. It's like the day's already done. It's like, and like it messes up the workout schedule. It's like you're out, whatever. That was really the hardest part, because the material really wasn't that hard. But if I was to name one block that was most challenging to me, this might be the easiest block for you, but it was comms, because comms, you only had access to the material in class. So if you didn't take notes, it was probably going to be harder. You know what I'm saying? So you might have that juice, you know, somebody got that juice, you know, if you know what I'm talking about, there's juice, like, you know, study materials that you can find online, but those might help. So now I'm in C school. So fast forward, I became an IT December 5th last year. Last year was 2025. So, I mean, I've been officially in IT per my graduation date of December 5th for over 6 months now, and I absolutely love it. Listen, man, I am excited, bro. I'm so blessed with this opportunity. For one, I re-enlisted the day I graduated and became an IT. I re-enlisted, and I got the SRB, which was amazing. If you guys know, you know. And let's see, I'm in C school now. So I checked into my command in January. After I left Pensacola, I took like 2 weeks of leave, checked into my command, and in my orders, my detailer hooked me up, because even though I'm at a radio command, I'm not going to tell you what command I'm at, because I don't want you to come pull up, but I talked to my detailer. He hooked me up because he put SysAd. If you know what SysAd is, it's a 746 Alpha. It's a Navy NEC. For the network side of the ITs in the Navy. And so right now I'm in C school for that, and this C school is about 5 months, and I'm gonna tell you right now, boys, it's like 2 years of material crammed into 4 months. We're taking like 3 tests a week. I'm actively in this class. I'm on the last like 3 weeks of it. Thank God. We're doing Linux, Unix right now, and then the last section is Sec Plus, Security Plus, and then we're done. And I'm top of the class right now still. I'm praying that I finish top of the class, because we do have some heavy hitters in my class. But listen, this course is not a joke. They drop people every single day, like literally. And they make it challenge. Like, this is not like your typical Navy school where the instructors are kind of like hooking you up, like looking out, like, hey, yeah, don't submit your test yet. Let me check it real quick. No, it's not like that. It's like you double tap, you out the door. The attrition rate is like 20%. Like literally at least like 2 out of 10 people fail, like get dropped. And then the thing is, if you get dropped, you lose your orders potentially, because your command might require you to have a certain specialty, a special NEC for you to be there. So if you don't graduate, and also upon receiving this NEC, your SRB is like $15,000 more. SRB stands for Selective Reenlistment Bonus. So yeah, definitely. If you have a choice between System Admin or JCC, which is like radio side of the IT, those are the two sides. That's where the divide happens. Go SysAd. It might be a little bit more challenging. For me, I love this stuff. So I think that's really where it is. Find what you love, do what you love, because it makes everything so much easier. Just do what you love. It might be hard to somebody else, but if you love it, it'll be easy to you. It'll come easy to you because you'll be curious. You'll want to learn it. And that right there, that's the biggest factor that's helped me in my success. First, God has blessed me with this opportunity. Let me give him all the glory. But also just being curious, man. I ask questions. Like, I be in class, so what does that mean? So what does this mean? So what does that mean? I'm telling you, just ask questions, man. It will get you so far in life. You guys are looking at a high school dropout. Now I have a top secret clearance, and I'm like, I love what I do as an IT. People think I'm so smart. I'm like, bro, I'm just a regular person, bro. If I could do it, bro, you can do it. Like, I'm literally just little old Kerry Prashadson Jr. from Broward County. That's it. I'm not nobody special at all. And I say that to let you know that you can do this too. So advice for somebody who wants to become an IT in the Navy. I will let you know, man. this job, like, there's a lot of people that are very complacent, and they just kind of just ended up here somehow. Like for me, I had to submit a package, get denied, submit another package. I had to wait 18 months to get a top secret clearance, and then I finally came to school, and then I had to go through a rigorous school for 4 or 5 months before I finally became an AT. So the whole so it like took 2 years for me to become an IT, for me to fully cross rate from the time my application got approved to the time I became an IT. And I think that just made me go so much harder. But some people, you know, they were just given this opportunity, or like their recruiter just hooked them up, whatever, like, you know, so. And there's a lot of people who just want to get out. And then even while you're in and you get through all this stuff, you'll go to your command, man. There's people that just sit around doing nothing productive all day. Don't be like that. That's my advice for you. If you want to be an IT in the Navy, come in with a great work ethic. Come in and just crush it. Because I would tell some of the kids in my A school, I was like, bro, y'all would hate to work with me, bro. Because I'm not going to let none of that stuff slide, bro. Like, I'm going to push you. Like, not in a mean way, but listen, bro, like, you can't, like, just waste your life like that, bro. Get up, go do something great. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you got 12 hours to sit in front of a computer, bro, because the thing about being IT is not a proactive job at all. It's a reactive job. You really don't do nothing unless something breaks. So if nothing ain't breaking, guess what you doing? Chilling. And you got a computer, because guess what you are? IT. That's what you do. So, yeah, don't be unproductive. Like, use your time wisely. Seek out to get these certs from CompTIA, get your CCNA, get your CCNP, like get your CYSA, like get these certifications, go get a cybersecurity degree, like just better yourself in everything. And you could be all that you could be in every single situation that you find yourself in. My mentor told me that there's 2 sides to every piece of cheese. And how true is that? Just like there's 2 sides to every slice of bread. There's no such thing as a bad situation without a good side. There's no such thing as a good thing without a bad side. It's all about your perspective, fam. You can choose to look at the negative and everything, or you can choose to look at the positive. And I'm sure you've heard that a million times, but I promise you, and I found myself in situations often and I'm looking at negative stuff, and I have to like recalibrate my mind to see the good in every situation, because there's always something good to see. Was it worth it? The big question. Let me tell you, this has been one of the single-handed best decisions I've ever made since I've been in the military, cross-rating to IT. Because originally I wanted to cross-rate to a logistics specialist, which is an LS, because I really just wanted to chill. Because my life outside the military is super demanding, man. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a business, and I'm like doing all this stuff. Now I'm doing this content creating stuff. So I just wanted like my Navy job to be something. Like, of course, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna be great at what I do in the Navy, but I wanted to be something that's less demanding. So I wanted to be a LS, because I want to connect with people as well. Because I saw the job as an opportunity to better myself, not just for the Navy, but also personal development. So I'm thinking about this while I'm in. I'm like, all right, LS, I get to connect with people. I get to talk with people. That'll help me speak better. That'll help me be able to understand human interaction better, just by having those conversations and getting those repetitions in. So that's where my mom was thinking. But God had another plan for me. You know, they only allowed me to cross-rate to IT because they told me I needed to go from a technical job to a technical job. They didn't want me to go from a technical job to like no offense to the LSs, but, you know, they're kind of like, they're just like, yeah. They're not, no. Yeah. But, yeah, it has definitely been worth it, because computers is something that I've always wanted to learn. And also being an IT and understanding like simple stuff like filing systems and like networks and stuff, it helps me like be a better content creator for you guys, because I can organize files so much better. Like I have a system, like if a pop-up pops up on my screen at home, like I can read it and I could at least have a general understanding of what it means. And I could point myself in the right direction, you know what I'm saying, without having to go do 100 hours of research. And it's just amazing, you know what I'm saying. So I love it. I love what I do. And if you want to cross-rate and if you have any questions about it, I submitted 2 packages before I got approved. Had to wait 2 years. So you guys can hit me up. I will share whatever knowledge, information. I'll point you in the right direction. Or if I can't point you, if I can't answer your question, I'll point you somewhere that can answer your question, whether it be a website or another person. Yeah, because I've had some great mentors that have looked out for me in my career, and I want you to have the same. And I can be your mentor however you want it. So subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Love you so much. Thank you for staying this long. And if you need anything, just holla at your boy. It's your boy Prashad. We out. Shout out to you. I'll see you in the next one.